Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using ambient light rejection technology gain. Today, we're going to be doing some demonstrations on 1080p projectors. Some of these are going to be low caliber. One of them actually is only around 1500 lumens. The Sony VPL FH36, which is the black one, is 52. I disconnected my Chrissy from over here. That is my 1080p Chrissy right there. All these projectors are all 1080p. This right here is the Chrissy at 43. Sony VPL FH30 at 3600 lumens. All right, so I've already did a demonstration on the low end projectors. We've done that. Anybody comes in the video complaining about the projectors being too high, bounce out of the video, go back and check the other tests. We've done those already. We're not going to repeat. Next demonstration. I don't know why you would be in my room complaining to begin with. If you're not going to buy it, don't come in. Anyway, so next demonstration we have here. This is going to be for the next one. 3 videos going to be shot today. We're going to do ultra short throw. We already did the short throw already with the Sony. We did it at the last minute, but I want to do more on it. So we're going to do the Sony short throw projector. We're going to use the Epson short throw projector. And we're going to use ultra short throw, and short throw, which I forgot to do because we're supposed to do a short throw projector demonstration. All right, let me go over here and get this started. Where in the world is the stand? That's the one thing I have to look for the most in my environment is my stand. Now keep in mind, my test demonstrations are not only done for my customers, but they're also done for companies that are interested in the technology capability. And this is all for documentation, for documenting our technology. Get my sloths out of this picture. So let me grab something. A few things here. I'm just now getting up and get this started. Next, after that, so 3 videos are going to be shot today. So we have short throw and ultra short throw, and then we have the 1080p's. Some are going to be high powered, some are going to be so low power, which I should have put that in the description. We're going to have some low powers in there too. But this morning, I don't know what the temperature is in your area. I woke up, it was cold over here, a little bit cold. Colder than normal. So I had to come in here and kind of heat up a little bit. I might burn my fireplace today too. All going well with my breathing. It's been doing pretty good the last couple of days. I might get a chance to burn my fireplace. I haven't burned my fireplace in a while. Yeah, I think I might do a demonstration today. Because right now, like I said, it's been colder today. I think I'm going to burn the fireplace today. I'm going to paint me a small screen up here with the black technology on it and do it over top the burning fireplace. See how that looks. All right, so let me get all this stuff gathered up and we'll get started on this next. For those of you who don't understand, the reason why I say if you're not going to buy the product, I'll be in the video because we have crow boys that are coming here, carry on. They have no interest in the product or what the product's about. Just in here because it's a jealousy thing about the technology or anything we design. So, like I said, if you're in here to make trouble in the room, don't come in. Mind your own business and go where you usually go. All right. Gonna have to go online, do some research, figure out who else has darker screens. I'm pretty sure, I think that's near the end. I think we'll start doing one of them darker screens. I did call King Black too, and let him know if he get a sample of it, give him his contract that he can sign. Short contract. So we get these beta testers up and going for this technology. Get them all ready to go. I'm going to find 2 more testers for it. black socks. Shirt, socks, get ready for this. One of the Chromecast, no, the Chromecast on the chicken phone. Guess I'm charging up. That's good. Worry about that not being charged up. Phone. Okay. Phone's charged up. Good on that one. So I'll plug in. Cow. I get all the time out of it with just sat there and just set them on top of each other. Being germophobic. Right. Everything from there is right. All right. See? All right, let's start a test. Let's go in and see which one I'm going to use first. Okay, we use a 1500. The 1500 first. Yeah. All right, so first projector I'm going to be using in the demonstration is my 1500 lumen Panasonic projector, which is a full 1080p projector. That's the first one I'm going to be using. Screen paint we're using in the demonstration is our Extreme Black ALR Light Projection times question mark. The reason why that has a question mark next to it because we don't even know what the gain's going to be yet on the product, to tell you the truth. Don't know yet. So that's all still in testing, so don't know what the gain's going to be yet. It's not done on that level yet. Already know from the test that it is ultra short throw compatible. It works on low entry level projectors. It's amazing on 720p. It's just about past everything it possibly can go. Well, not yet. Still, we have the big boys to do. We have to see if we can get the screen to hotspot. Okay. So this is all for documentation. Just to see exactly in my videos, the reason why the screen is showing such high white levels, it has to be settings in the projector. Did that one already with the Casio projector. Show settings in the projectors. So we don't have to have the settings up high in order to get the screen to produce. We have projector sitting in eco mode. We're showing the screen still produce an amazing image. So we've already passed all those tests already. So on top of that, I have to go over into my drawer over here because we have to do demonstrations on the sample sheets we're going to be using. Now, these are the darkest ones I have, which is the Dark Star 9, the Paxil. If I'm saying it incorrect, I do apologize. I'm just looking for the more darker ones, which should be needed. This is about as dark as I'm going to be to get people. So there's not too many people who make black screens. We're not going to do even crow's paint because we're doing all certified screens only. Top of the line certifies only. There's no point in doing this. We've seen what it looked like on the 12. Keep in mind, this is much more darker paint than the 12. I wonder if we can get a good day today outside so we can actually do some outside demonstrations on this stuff. Okay, let me see. This is all we have here for this right here. Pretty sure we have some darker samples than this. I want to really get online and hunt me down some samples, some darker samples, because this is the darkest we have right here. So we're gonna put those right here. Come on, buddy boy. I'll get him moved in a few minutes. Let me go upstairs and see if I got some darker samples upstairs. I'm gonna have to go online. I'm gonna have to track down somebody's company has to have a darker screen than this. These can't be the only three. DMP Supernova Dark Star 9. And daylight screens? I know Black Diamond has darker screens. Black Diamond doesn't want to give me any samples. They don't want to do side by side. So whatever. Got a Cinema Black and a, which one of these are the darkest? This one. This is the darkest one, so okay, let's use these right here. Let's get a line by temperature today. All right, so I'm mumbling in the background, grabbing sample sheets, trying to figure out exactly what I need for doing demonstrations against darker screens. Pretty much, there isn't a lot of darker screens out there, unless they got something new I haven't bought yet. So I'm going to go online today. I'm going to check out all these big companies and see if they got any update technology. Maybe some darker screens are developing. Maybe they got something already out there on the market. because in my selection of sample screens, I don't have, there's not anything to match the screen. So I'm gonna have to go find some. I'm pretty sure XY has a few dark screens, so I'm gonna have to go check them out. All right, so now we're using our Panasonic projector. This one right here is long throw. This is around 16,000 watt contrast, which doesn't really make a difference because the screen's jet black. This is a full 1080p projector. Now, all this stuff has to be documented, and it has to be documented live, because I like to do my demonstrations live, especially when I'm doing tests, because it basically gets rid of all the theories of people who can't believe our technology actually works by saying, hey, he's using smoke and mirrors. So we don't do pre-recorded that much anymore. We do a lot of live demonstrations. That pretty much cuts down completely on individuals who want to say, hey, he's faking the demonstration. You can't fake a live demonstration. I'm sorry, but you can't. So that's why every demonstration under all our technologies are done, all our screen paints that we develop are done live. All right, oh, that's beautiful. Man, this black projector on this black screen, woohoo, it's nice. I think that this projector is like super black that matches the screen perfectly. All right, let me find my phone. And let's pull up some demonstrations I need. Okay, I'm watching right now. Please put me back in. Thank you. Okay. I want to put in oh gee. So I'll put a detailed list of all the projectors that were used in this demonstration. Right now, this has no sound. We're using a Panasonic projector at around 1500 lumens, 1600 to 1 contrast, which, like I said, doesn't really make a difference at all because the screen's jet black. Well, this one doesn't really make a difference either. Doesn't make a difference on any screens we have are dark. It doesn't really make a difference, or any black screens we develop, because the screens are black and they can produce contrast levels already from the door. So if you see the videos randomly changing, that's because I'm going in and I'm actually just dropping videos in for right now. I think some of the people who don't like what we do, they get discouraged, especially when they see the screen passing every projector we throw at it. We got, like I said, it's not just paint people do paint. We got companies that are watching, come in and pop from time to time. And even with that, they don't even come into the live demonstrations. They will pop in, like when demonstrations are already loaded up, they'll pop in and watch what we're doing. And, you know, like I said, they don't have to be in live. They'll come in later on and they'll watch these demonstrations, just like everybody else will come in later on and watch the demonstrations. And anytime I got to have a discussion with somebody about the technology's capability, I say, well, look, all the demonstrations were shot live. So there is no way in the world for me to fake that demonstration. So this is a projector. We're doing it. First projection, we did 800. I told you, we did 800 at 20 feet. So anything past that would be able to produce even better. Right now we're using, let's see how far back are we from the screen using the 1080p projector. Let's see, we're going to that. Now, I'm trying to get this done as fast as possible because I played the game today. I didn't get a chance to do it today. Measuring tape, measuring tape. One of the things I happen to lose more than anything in the world is my measuring tape. Oh well. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I found some measuring tape. Let's see how far we're back. And this one. And if we can pull it back a little bit more. We'll close back. My screen is an official 100-inch screen. Let me see. We are around 8 feet. Let's see if we can bring it back. How far we have to bring it back to fill out the entire screen. I'm using lens shift, so all the projectors I'm going to be using the demonstration are lens shift, so I really don't have to worry about this, that, or the other, because I can actually adjust the screen to go into frame. Just a little bit of turn of the dial. There we go. Now we got it filling out the entire screen. So for this projector, to do that, you would have to be back 10 feet. Make sure we're actually under screen. Right there. And right here. There we go. So to fill out the entire screen, this is official 116:9 Elite screen, so you know. We have to be back 10 feet from the screen to do it. And my projector is a Panasonic. It's the model number right there if you want to look it up for yourself. That projector is only 1500 lumens. And we're doing this in a fully lit environment on black technology. Tell me that projector would not look sweet with this screen, because this projector is jet black. All right. I'll come back and I'll show you where my projector is sitting, right behind the screen, right there. Like I said, the video constantly changes. It's due to the fact that I'm actually putting in video demos. I'll put you at the 10-foot mark where the projector is sitting. I'm choosing, that one is a contrast demonstration. Sorry about that. That's a contrast demonstration right there. So I'm choosing, if you notice, I'm trying to get is, ooh, the LG fish. I got to do that. I mean, come on, with a jet black screen. I got to do that one. I just have to do that one. That one has to be done. I have to do the LG fish. Yeah, that one definitely have to do that one. We'll let that one run. I don't find any videos in between that one. just coasting through, grabbing videos, building up my lineup here. You notice I got one dark. Ooh, this is nice. I'm looking for more nice, bright color demonstrations. That's what I want. And this is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to let this one run right here. So 1500 lumens at 12 feet back. It really doesn't make a difference to say that the projector has a 16,000 to 1 contrast because it's pointless. Like I said, the screen's black. It doesn't make a difference. I can be on here with a projector of 200 to 1 contrast, and you're still going to have the ability to make a 200 to 1 contrast projector look like a projector that is 15 or 16 or 20,000 to 1 easily. Now, in this demonstration, I know people are requesting lights out. We're not doing lights out in this demonstration because here's the thing. There's no point in doing lights out if I'm using any of these projectors standing behind me. We have 52, 43, 43. Yeah, we have those right there. So there's no point in, you shouldn't be turning your lights on the projector that powerful. That's a very powerful projector. So if I shouldn't be turning the lights on the projector like that, this projector right here that I'm using is only 1500 lumens. So at 1500 lumens, I shouldn't be turning the lights out either. Same requirement that goes for those, you go for this one too. Usually when people have a projector that's low and are using white and gray screens, they have no choice but to turn the lights out because the image is going to fade. Especially if you're using oh yeah, definitely white screens. I still don't know why people still use those things. I really don't. And in the demonstration, you will notice we only used bright. I have a couple contrast videos in there, but majority of the videos in here are bright white videos. This is important because I need to show off the screen's white level capabilities. So that's why we're trying to, that's what I'm doing, just pointing toward demonstrations that are much more brighter. Demonstrations with higher colors, more natural colors, so we can display the screen's white level capabilities. I mean, the high points of the screen are basically its contrast capabilities, but we need to do the opposite. Now, hope by this week, I think by Wednesday, I should be completed. Still have outdoor demonstrations to do next. I have an endurance demonstration to do, which means we get to coat this on fabric. I gotta stick this in a wash machine, dryer, and freeze it, and whole 9 yards and everything. I beat the crap out of it. See how much punishment it can take. I am going to be buying me, sorry about that, a manual $50 screen, a portable $50 one, so that way I can take the screen and do this all day. And that way I can, that would cause more wear and tear on the screen than me rolling up and down with a motorized screen. I'll just get a portable manual screen. I basically just stretch it back and forth. You got to paint on stretch material to see if basically if it'll maintain without cracking or peeling and stuff like that. And for those of you who don't know how dark these screens are, let's see if I got something here I can put over the projector so I can give you an idea how black the screen is. That's how black they are. see if we can find anything with some. That's too easy. That's a contrast demonstration. It's going to be way too easy to do. I don't know what this is. I never saw this demonstration before. What's this one? All right, we got one of these popping up. I don't know what's going to happen sooner or later. Just put it over here for it now. Okay, bring it back. Wait, this is another snow demonstration? Oh, heck yes. I love the snow demonstrations. The only one I saw was the LG. This is another one LG did. Heck yes. How many more they have those? I gotta find some snow demonstrations. I gotta find some GoPro snow demonstrations, you know, something. That's what I'm looking for. Like, you know, that is freaking okay, cool. Remember to save that. I remember what video that is. We can do more of those. He was out. he was out. Hold on for a minute. I just have to go back to that one part. He was freaking out. Oh, we missed it. I had to go back to that one. Yeah, I didn't know they made another demonstration involving snow. This is the stuff I look for. I need to see those bright. I don't shy away from that. That's one thing you'll notice, that if I do a demonstration on a black screen, I do not shy away from white levels. I like to display those. I shows the strong points in the screen. Like I said, either people don't want to like what I say, but it's true. If you're doing gray screen paint, you're supposed to show off contrast levels. You're supposed to show the opposite of what the screen cannot do. That's why when I bring my gray screen from upstairs, probably I'm going to bring it up pretty soon. I'm going to show you demonstrations on them black silvers, how we display those screens. We show contrast levels on those screens in fully lit environments. What's the point of showing you bright levels? I know the screens can pull bright levels. It's gray. I just imagine how fast dude was traveling. It's like, yo, PS4's on sale. He just took off. Hold on. Good God, he was up. I know. I keep going back to that. He was freaking out. Like PS5 is on sale for $2. You know. Skiing would have to be dangerous. Can you imagine if people traveling like at tremendous speeds, and if you happen to slam into somebody? I'm pretty sure it's happened a few times, but still an amazing sport. Right, we've done that one already. So all the videos I selected nice, bright, vivid videos with a lot of bright colors, which is very important. I got a few of them here. I got probably one in here or two in here that are basically contrast, but I'm more looking for those white, bright demonstrations. Ooh, this should be nice. This is going to be nice and bright. This should be nice. And this is at, keep in mind, this is at 10 feet back. Officially, this is when people say, well, you just got a little sample sheet. No, this is a 169 Elite screen. This is our technology. It's coded with our technology. This is an official size screen. And the projector we're using is our Panasonic projector, which is the, we're using the PTAE 2000U, 15,000 lumens, 10 feet back, fully lit environment. Measuring tape, everything's there. On a extreme black screen. Now, since the strong points of the technology are its contrast levels, that is going to be the next demonstration coming up, which means I got to get online, whip out the debit card, and track down companies who have the darkest, and I'm talking about certified screens. That's what we're looking for. Companies that are no name brands, certain name brands, certified screens that we're looking at may have a really dark screen. We can do contrast levels. Which one of those screens actually produce the best contrast levels? And there's no point in doing that on a projector of, I guess, how would we go about that? Because if we do the demonstration with a projector with a 2000 to 1 contrast, then it's more like, well, that's not fair because those screens don't have a fighting chance because the projector you're using is 2000 lumens, or not 2000, 2000 to 1 in contrast, or 200 to 1 in contrast. So what we'll do is we'll just get a projector. What's the projector has got the highest amount of lumens in here? Well, that would be the whatchamacallit. That would be the 3600 lumen ViewSonic. That's 20,000 to 1 contrast. We'll use that one because I can't use a short throw projector I have has 20,000 to 1. But keep in mind, some of these screens do not play well with short throw. So you got to keep it fair because it will automatically become dark. When we're doing contrast, we don't want a screen that's automatically turning dark due to the fact that it has a narrow viewing cone. We need to be in its natural state. So in order for it to be in a natural state, I have to use a projector that it's going to be a long throw. And the long throw projector we have in here would be the 20,000 to 1 3600 lumen 720p SVGA, which should be no excuse on why those screens should not be to perform well on that projector. Because pretty soon I'll probably get an email saying, well, it's not fair, Mr. Bird. You used a projector that was 720p, it was 600 by 800 res. You know, you got to use a high-end projector. And I'm like, well, if I'm paying that kind of money for a screen, why would I have to use a high-end projector? If I'm spending $5 grand for a screen, I should be able to use any projector I want off of it, and the picture quality should look nice. Should be able to get up and transform and cut my lawn and do everything else for me. And that's because you're used to testing your technology. You've already told me, when someone tells me that you have to use a high-end projector with these screens, you just told me that that's the only thing you test your stuff on, and you probably have never even seen your technology on a lower projector and don't even know how it's going to react. They're going to go for the most highest, most expensive projector because that just tells you right there that the projector is doing all the work. I tell people, look, anything we develop or make, I'll give it to you free for a year. If you can show me one demonstration of any one of these big companies using a 720p projector. Even in the year 1999, some old relic of a projector in their demonstration. You won't. No, you won't. They'll get the latest high-tech projector and they'll do that demonstration. And you guys start thinking like, okay, if they're using say they're using a 10,000, well, okay, put even on a better, and it actually did happen. SL Screens had a 50,000 lumen coffee table projector. All right. How many people in that video could relate to a $50,000 projector? I guarantee you that if you went home and you used that on your 1080p projector, even the one I have right here, I guarantee it wouldn't look like that freaking, it wouldn't look like that coffee table projector. You wouldn't even come close to that thing. So at that particular point, you got to ask yourself, which one's doing all the work? Is it the screen or is it the projector? Which one's doing the work? Because there is no way in the world that you're going to look at that video demonstration with a $50,000, 10,000 lumen, ultra short throw laser 4K projector that's sitting less than a half a foot from the screen at 10,000 lumens. How can you even, how can your projector even come close to that? It can't. So in order for you to have that optimized picture, you have to buy that projector to go with that screen to have that perfect package. Where in my demonstrations, I can use a 720p projector that anybody can afford and make the screen look incredible in a fully lit environment at 190-degree viewing angles. And you can look at that projector and go, gee whiz, my projector's better than that. Yeah. And some people always ask me, how much you pay for the projector? When I pull back down, oh, this is a $100 projector. I bought this one used, so and so and so. Even with the Christies I have, all my Christies out here are outdated. These Christies, they stopped manufacturing these projectors, the Christies, in 2012. So between 2012 and 2014, they stopped manufacturing these projectors. These projectors are outdated. All these projectors here are old. The only projector I have here is brand new. That's a newer model, somewhat a newer model, is that one. That's about 2 years old. That's it. But all these projectors right here, yeah, these projectors are old. About 5, 6, 7-year-old projectors. He's sitting in here. You're not going to pay the same price for a projector. When a projector when the Christies first came out, they were $6,000, $7,000. You can get one of these projectors, an LX UW, LX UW 505. You can get this at a 1080p Christie. I got that cheap when I got that one for $230. This one right here is an old projector. This is a discontinued model. I paid $139 for this one. That's a full 1080p right there. All right, so now we're going to swap out. We already did the 1500 lumens. I'm going to start off with the 1500 lumens first, and then we'll move up to the bigger boys, the big boys. So next we're going to put in, and I'll put this over here to the side. Which one we're going to use? Let's see. Let's go with the lowest one we have here, which would be the 4200 lumens Sony. It's a venue projector right here. I'll show you something interesting on the Sonys too. Sony projectors have twin mode. I don't know if I have another. I got something I can run the other twin mode through. See, when I tell you that, when people make statements, and I know who the individual made a statement about venue projectors sucking, he's a complete utter idiot, and I'll tell you why. There are things that venue projectors can do, and these are commercialized projectors that other projectors can't do. My Christie 505 upstairs is a venue projector. That thing can show 4 different images on my screen at the same time, which means I can play my Xbox. Once I finally get it, the Xbox Series or the PS5, I can play them on 2 different screens at the same time. I can swap my screens back and forth. I can basically put one here, one there, so forth, so forth. I can do things on that projector that you will never be able to do on a regular projector, because the commercial projectors are used to be used on a higher form. Now, keep in mind, if I want, and you watch me do it, I can take my lens shift and I can put my screen on the ceiling and bring it right back down to fit perfectly in that spot with no problem at all. That projector is fully automatic on everything, which means if I put it on auto, I don't have to adjust nothing. Christie projectors, you hear it clicking, something like click, 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 click. You'll hear when the one goes off over here, starts clicking. That's because the lens is constantly focusing to give you the most perfect, sharpest picture you can possibly get. Yep. There's things in venue projectors, why companies, that's why they cost the price they cost. Disney, Sony, any form of movie productions, any form of concerts use venue projectors. Now, this one right here is a venue. People want to do those split screens, not split screens, but they want to do that whole curve wraparound screens. You know, you have to have 2 projectors to do that, right? And you have to use something called warp software, which means you're going to have to be to blend those 2 screens together perfectly, seamlessly, blend the 2 screens together, and you're going to have to use some form of warp software to actually curve the screen to actually fit inside the frame to do that. If you ever work with warp software, it is not an easy task. Keep in mind, all your projectors are going to have to be linked together in order to do this. These particular projectors, which is the FA36, have a software built into them called, it's a blending software, which means instead of you going through all this painstaking program to actually get the screen to fit and to actually mend together, this is a 1-button press. You get 2 of these together, you can do that whole huge wraparound screen because this projector has software built into it designed to do that. That's what they were designed for. Christie projectors have picture-in-picture, they have lens shift capability, color correction capability, and there's something else I think that projector has inside of it too, which is pretty interesting. But like I said, Also, too, the FH31, which is another one they make, has portrait mode, which means you can take your projector, you can flip it on its side, and it will show an image from here to here. Now, the problem is, not the problem, the projector I have upstairs, which I have set in portrait mode. If I watch a YouTube video, it just goes right like this. That's it. But a projector that does portrait mode, which means I can make the video long like this to fit the door, just like that. Only certain, when you look at venue projectors, they have those capabilities, little perks in there to be able to do certain things that other projectors can't do. Like, for instance, my Chrissy, all my projectors here, venue, I can control my fan speed in the projector. I can change the RPMs in my projector. So like I said, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with these things. So the person who said that, don't even know what they're talking about. And that's why, let me see, I need to hear you. That's why when I sit here and I show these demonstrations, they will only rant about about my demonstrations. They will only rant about what they see. They don't realize when I do a lot of my demonstrations, and you watch me when I'm doing the black, you watch me when I did the silver, I'll start off with the low-end projectors, and we build up to the high-end projectors from there. The first thing they see when they see my setup, they go, oh, he's just using all 5,000 lumen projectors, 4,000 lumen projectors. Not realizing that all these screen paints in here had to go through rigorous testing before they landed a 5,000 or 4,000 lumen projector to be displayed off. That's why when I show them that demonstration of that screen, the gray one, which I like the most, I like the gray one because the gray one does things that it's not supposed to do. Okay, how do we just stick this in here? Okay, so look, I'll show you how we do twin mode. All right, so this is how we're going to do twin mode. Now, this is something you can do. This is the easiest setup for doing twin mode on a projector. I have to admit the Chrissy 505 did give me a hard way to go, but I did figure out how to do it. Once I learned how to do it, it's easy. All right, so these projectors have twin mode on them, any of them. The 36, actually the 30s, the 36, and 31s all had twin mode. So in the bottom of your projector, but right there, you have your HDMI port here, and then you have another port there and there. You want to take this adapter like this, and you want to put that one over top this, turning your VGA into an HDMI. All right, now you got two HDMI ports. Now what we're going to do is we're going to plug the Chromecast through the top. If I can get it up there. All right, so Chromecast is plugged to the top, right here. And this is lens shift capability, all that cool stuff. All right, we're going to unplug my Fire Stick from here. And we're going to plug my Fire Stick into this one right here, the adapter. Like so. I had a few people asking me how to do twin modes on these things. All right, we'll plug that right over in here. All right. And I'm going to disconnect the power. I would have liked the Chrissies to have all their outputs in the front, which make it so much easier because that means you can, if you have your projector sitting up on something, you can actually slam it straight to the back. But all the hookups were in the back of it, in the front of it. Sorry, the back of it. So power cord is right there in the front. Now, all right. Make sure this is in correctly. Oh, look at this stand. What am I doing? So this is a Sony VPL FH36. When I first bought mine, I paid $300 for one, $350 for the other. And then these are WXGA 1920 by 1200 at 4300 lumens. Okay, side by side. to, wait, how big is the expansion on this per minute? Why is it so low? One for minute. Feel it around, see if I can figure out. There we go. Bring it back some. Okay, we're past that part. This is what I'm talking about. See, that's the limitation. I can pull it, bring it up. The one I have upstairs, I can bring that thing all the way up to the ceiling if I wanted to. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give it a little leverage. Bring it down some. And I'll grab my other projector to put it on top. We don't have it quite high enough. We're at 52. I can plug the 52 in. All right, leaving that out. Okay. There we go. So we can set it up high so we have enough room. So this thing fits in here. We need to fit the screen and get the screen. It's the beautiful thing about having lens shift. With lens shift, I don't have to move my projector. I just have to move the screen. That's it. All right. A little bit more. There we go. All right. Just want to dial this in. There we go. Now we can bring it up. We're bringing it over. There we go. Bring it over. This is why it's not doing the lens shift is not bad. It's mine upstairs is automatic, which I'm kind of used to. Just moving it back and forth and done with it. Going back up. It should be. I just want to fit just right. And a little bit over. Boom. That's what I love about lens shift. I can fit this thing 1 inch away from the screen all the way around. That's what I love about it. All right. So we're going to switch on, let me see, twin mode. So there's twin mode already. Let me see if I got the right one for this one. Is this the right one in here? Make sure I got the right one. I think I have the one in there. Let's see if Chromecast is hooked up. Let me see. Got a bad habit of carrying switched up my remote controls. I'm supposed to mark these off, and I haven't had a chance to mark them off. Gotta find the other one. The biggest problem I have is keeping up with remote controls and I have them all over the house. Let's see. This has to be the one for this one. Phone. Sorry about that, people. This is one of the biggest things that I go through. If you watch any of my videos, you know that I'm known for losing remote controls all over the house. Okay, here I found it. No. That's the remote control stereo system. Good gracious, man. I really got to get a system here. Stop losing my stuff. Yeah, it's one of the things I do the best. I have a habit of losing my stuff all over the house. Hold on. I'm going to fire this one up right now. And see if I can track down the other remote control. It goes to this one. It's supposed to be over there at all times, so I know where it's at. My biggest problem is I'll walk around the house with them, stick them in my pocket, and carry them somewhere strange. leave them there. So that's the remote control for that. Where is the remote control for the other pump is? Oh, this is fantastic. I bet you $100 is upstairs somewhere weird. Let me see something for a minute. Let me go in here for a minute and see what's going on for my settings. Yeah, that one has to be for this one. Let me go check upstairs. No, I may have carried it upstairs with me somewhere. What do lights? Oh, I know where it's at. I know exactly where it might be at. I think I know where it's at. There. All right. There. Three. Dope. Ah. Let's see. Is that one? This one here. Just keep these all here. So I'm not looking at the same one over and over again. Fantastic. I think I literally lost my remote control to my other one. That is just great. All right. Well, I'll have to figure that one out later on. I can't do it now and do the demonstration because I have no time to look for it. And I probably put it somewhere really strange or weird, knowing me. Oh, no, found it. I found it. This is why I gotta get a system where I put everything at. But like I said, my worst problem is I gotta have it picking up stuff, and then someone will call me, and I'll have a conversation with them. All right, so let's do this right here. All right. Let's go to my input settings. I need one to go up to PC. I think that's the PC. All right. This is if you have that software that allows you to turn into one large screen. If you have two of them, I don't have the, this projector doesn't do it. Let me see. So let me see if we can get one of these to activate. Which one it is. Okay, let's try this again. That's the one right there. Okay, only two things I can think of. Let me see. I did plug it in correctly. Okay. I'm going to swap these out. Swap these out just for a minute. This one here. Let's see something for a minute. I think this is the projector I was having a problem with the VGA port in the back. For me, the VGA was acting up. That's the case. I'll have to swap it out with another one and do the twin mode on another setting with another projector. Just in case to see what's going on here. Yep. This is the one. I had a projector I had outside. For some reason I could not get the VGA to activate, and I don't know what it was. Like, it wouldn't activate on the computer. And I got it from the VGA. It's failed on this one right here. Let me see something for a minute. I want to make sure. I was supposed to test this earlier today. Okay, that is not the PC right there. Right there, Studio Jack video input. The input. Yep. Thought so. Yep. All right. That's good to know. All right. This is what I'm gonna have to do. And I'm gonna, because I want to show you the twin mode, but this projector right here had a problem yesterday. Good thing I had two of these. It had an issue with it displaying on PC. For some reason, I was doing an outside demonstration. I had my computer running through it, and the VGA just would not pick up for nothing. Like I had a really hard time getting the VGAs to pick up. And I couldn't figure out what it was. I'm thinking, okay, VGA's got to be either malfunction on the projector. Something's got to be wrong with it, because if you run VGA to computer, it's automatically supposed to link up. So now I'm running this right here through the VGA, and I run it through Chromecast, which should have been an easy pickup, and the projector is not reading it, which means there's something wrong with that particular area of the projector that's not reading the VGA. But I want to show you the twin mode. We're going to go back and do this projector also too. We're going to do this one right too also, but I want to show you the twin mode on it. All the projectors have twin mode. I can't do it on this one because this one right here is having some complications when it comes to displaying the twin mode, because the VGA is not picking up, and you need the VGA to do it. All right, so lift this back up. We're gonna swap it out. Show you which ones we're using now, because I want to show you the twin mode, but I want to show you this one also too. I'm going to show you that one, but I'm going to show you this one. I want you to see the twin mode on here. Can't show you the twin mode on that one because for some reason the VGA is having some problems. For a minute I thought because the Chromecast wasn't picking up, or one of us wasn't picking up, but no, I forgot that one I had the issue with outside. All right, so do the same thing as I did with the other one. Swap out. We shouldn't have a problem with this one. Grab this one right here. I'm sitting there pressing the fire stick. I'm like, wait a minute. This should have popped up by now. And I should have a second cord out here. One while the computer's cooling down. Oh, it cooled down already. Cool. So we're going to plug up the, I'm going to be plugging up the 3600. Like I told you, that's the reason why I like doing a live demonstration. There's something's going to happen on camera. You're going to see it. You know, you can go back and check this video. You'll see the same thing that just happened. I don't edit none of my videos. So like I said, if I trip and fall flat on my face on camera, I'm not going to go in and edit it out. You're going to see it. All right, so now we're powering up the 5200. Keep in mind, the projectors, even if, not the 52, the 36, 31, and 30 all take the same remote control. Oh, scariest part of my mind. Ken, where did you put the remote control? Oh, here it is right there. All right. Now, the reason why the screens don't look so small on this one is because this projector right here is an extended throw lens. They are designed for when you have movie theater setups and you have your projector sitting back like 20 feet behind you. And most projectors, if you were to actually project an image, it would actually hit everything in the environment. These projectors were designed so you can have a narrow throw distance, or a narrow throw from the projector that would pretty much wouldn't hit all of this. It would just come and just hit the screen only. All right, so that right there is a fire stick right there, running right now. I'm going to have to bring this projector back a little bit. So that's the fire stick running. Put it in twin mode. And let's see. Hopefully this does work. Dude, I'm gonna crap out of myself. There you go. So this is the twin mode. I want to do it in a much bigger. So, oh man. Okay. I'm gonna emit something on camera, and I'm gonna add a to it. You know why? Because the entire time when I was plugging in the VGA adapter, I was plugging it into the wrong VGA adapter, which should have been on the one on this side over here, this side, instead of the one under the VGA, which I had it right to begin with, which means there was nothing wrong with the adapter. I was plugging it. Oh, wow. Okay, short trip to insanity. All right, real short trip to insanity. All right. Oh man, you gotta be freaking kidding me! The whole entire time I sat there, I could have did that demonstration on the PC, so I had it on the wrong freaking VGA. That's what happens when you own a lot of projectors. All right, so look, I want to show you on a big scale, but you can see right here that we're doing twin mode. So we've got two screens playing at the same time. But I want to show you on a larger scale. This is what it's supposed to be. See, I had this underneath there, which was the wrong hookup. It was supposed to be here, not there. Yeah. All right, so I want to show you on the larger screen of twin mode on the black screen. So we disconnect this for a minute. Sorry about that. It happens. You got to remember, I have all these projectors. I have to memorize all the settings for all the projectors that I have. And every time I buy a new one, I got to memorize settings for those projectors. And some of these projectors have interesting perks in them, which means I got to remember all that. Like the picture-in-picture for the 505 is not an easy map to navigate. It has some interesting features to it. And man, I was in there. I don't think anyone saw the video of me trying to do the picture-in-picture on it. Yeah, I had to learn that whole entire layout to get that one to run. All right. I'm like, what in the world? Like, how come this is not, I know can't be anything done with the VGA. You gotta be kidding me, because I don't barely ever use these projectors. I just use these projectors. Well, we're using them for a while for my main projectors, but then once I got the Christie's, I swapped them out for these. And these are just basically just showcase projectors I just use for demonstration. So usually a demonstration projector, I really don't care whether or not if the lamp is like, you know, if it's on near its end, because I'm just using it just to plug in and do demonstration. I'm really not gonna run it. Now the Christie behind me, I use those projectors as main projectors now, and I had to buy brand new lamps for all of those. I didn't have to, but I bought them anyway. But yeah, I was thinking, wow, okay. So we'll get this one to shut off right here. I got to do an under swap for that one, because I want to show you on a large scale. But yeah, these projectors have twin mode. So twin mode is pretty cool because, like, you know, you and your wife or friends or whatever can play two different screens. If you ever want to do like gaming, one of your friends going to have an Xbox, one's going to have the Switch, whatever, you know what I mean? Y'all can play back and forth, you know what I mean, on the two different screens. You can play on one side, you can play on the other side. You know, it's kind of like having two projectors in one, which is fantastic. Now, if you notice, you're not going to have any signal disruption. One's going to be running the adapter through VGA, and the other one's going to be running straight through HDMI. So you'll be able to see, you know, if there's any picture quality loss or whatever whatsoever. I think in a lot of my demonstrations, I'll talk about the technology, yeah, but then I'll throw a few things in there to help you out. Well, like, look, check this out. This is what this projector does. So, you know, I think the problem is that, you know, when you have, I hate to put it this way and I hate to go on this topic, but when you basically are narrow-minded and you don't allow yourself to think outside the box, you really shouldn't label these projectors as being garbage and this, that, and the other, because if that's the case, then companies like Sony and Disney and stuff like that who buy these projectors, more advanced models than this one right here, and they use these projectors, churches use them, stuff like that, then that means they don't know what they're talking about. The companies who designed this particular projector, who had this in mind, who were using these projectors for commercial use, wouldn't know what they were talking about. So this one particular individual feels that his opinion basically is the final say in home theater, and it's not. It's really not. It's a complete idiot to say something that dumb to begin with, because you know, these things can do that an everyday projector can't do. So you have one screen, and your brother wants to play, and he has a game system, and you only have one screen in there. You can go, both of you can play on the same screen. The cool thing about it is you can run speakers through one, and the other one, because they have the adapter, has a headphone jack on it, which means he can plug his headphones into the back of that and play on there and hear his sound through there. So you both can be in there gaming together. This would have been fantastic when I was a kid growing up. Mind you, I come from a big family. I come from a family of 10. When you come from a family of 10, and when I was coming up, we didn't have cell phones like this. You had a TV in the living room, and that was it. And everybody sat around that TV, and good God, I don't even know how to this day how it even worked. But everybody sat around that TV, and I guess everybody had a day on what they could watch or an hour of what they could watch, you know what I mean? So we had to make a schedule on who uses the TV and when, you know, so that's how that was done. But when it came to gaming and you got like 6 or 7 brothers and sisters, because the other ones have grown and left the house, you know, everybody had to share that gaming system. You all had to take turns. Best thing is when you had 2-player games, because then 2 people can play at the same time. I didn't know true freedom until I got my job at Pizza Hut, and I never got myself a 19-inch TV set, and I got myself a Sega Master System. And it was just amazing. I could just sit on the screen, play all day, no interruptions, no little brother screaming in the background, calling to my mom that I want to go play, and I got to disrupt my game so he can play, you know. But, you know, some of y'all who still have siblings now, you know, these twin mode projectors are actually fantastic for that, because then you can have one projector running 2 screens at the same time. So this adapter right here are around $14 on Amazon, and this is the model you want to get because all the rest of them I've got pretty far sucked. You want to get, if you can't see it, I'll put a link on where you can get it, but you should really see that model number, that whatever this is. Now the beautiful thing about this thing is it has a headphone jack right there, so that way your brother or sister or whatever who's gaming with you can hear sound coming out of their game. So I'm gonna make sure I put it in the right one. Usually this is not part of the demonstration, but I kind of add stuff in there because a few people have been asking about these projectors and twin mode capability on them. And I was like, yeah, they do have twin modes on them. All right, so we got that running. Let me see. It's the bird. Figure out which one of these is the mine on this side. It should be the Chromecast. Let me see. That's the Chromecast running right there. The Chromecast is running through the PC, so that's running. Okay, that's running perfectly. Let me see. Give me a minute. Ouch. Input, which have this on the wrong input. It's supposed to be there. All right, let me see. That's PC. Oh, yeah. It's running through HDMI. It's running through HDMI. Swap it out for HDMI. Oh, yeah. There you go. Because I forgot I swapped the other one for HDMI, and the other one's running through PC. So, there you go. So you can see there's twin mode. Now, twin mode, let me see. I just lost my entire video feed just a few minutes ago due to the fact that I was in here messing around with this. All right. And then we'll come over to, which one we have here? Make sure I got the right one. All right. I'll put down YouTube 4K fish. And that's twin mode. So this one right here is running, since we get this add to move off. That one's running VGA to HDMI. So that's using an adapter right there to turn VGA into HDMI. And that one right there is running straight straight HDMI. Told you couldn't tell one from the other. The adapters are fantastic. It's a fantastic way. If you have a projector and you want a couple of HDMI ports on the back of it, you can add them on there. Some people will get signal loss. You're not going to get signal loss at all. I'll put you up nice and close so you can see. So this right here is the adapter, and this is the straight HDMI port. And it would cost you around $7 or $14 to get that adapter. So I know some people see projectors that may have like a fantastic projector, but then you look at the back of it and go, oh man, it's only freaking HDMI. Big deal. It's only VGA. Big deal. You just go and get one of those adapters and plug it in and look, boom, boom, boom. You won't get any signal loss at all, period. All right. I'm just trying to get some of my videos back because I had a perfect selection of nice bright videos, but after a while, freaking Chromecast is going to timeout and it basically will disconnect. That's one of the gripes I've had about the Chromecast, where you won't have this problem with the Fire Stick, because I left Fire Sticks on pause and forgot they were on pause and came back, they were still on pause. This is like 2 hours later. So if you said the video constantly change and this is me adding back in the library, well, you gotta be kidding me. I didn't just basically, hold on for a minute. I was about to say, I didn't just disconnect from there. I'm just grabbing my nice bright videos all over again. So we can do this again. Oh yeah, definitely this one. This is a snow demonstration. I thought it was really nice. So now, you know, if you ever see a Sony FH36, FH, I'm going backwards on that one. FH30, FH31, FH36, you know, they have twin modes on them. Allows you to be to watch two screen pictures at the same time, or back and forth, you know what I mean? Switch screen or twin mode or whatever they call it now. But yeah. The 505 Christie's have picture-in-picture. Some of these projectors that say they have picture-in-picture capability, like the NEC 1150, oh God, that's a freaking nightmare to do any form of picture-in-picture, because keep in mind, depends on how they have the picture-in-picture set up. Some people think, oh, I can just run just a HDMI through it. No. It's whatever they set up in that projector. Like for some reason, the 1150s, they have BMC and BGA and analog audio. It's the only thing you can hook up to do picture-in-picture. If you try to do VGA, it's going to, HDMI, it comes up as a blue screen. It doesn't read. That's something else you have to think about. All right, so already on the screen, I'm just showing you this little perk thing to show you. So every once in a while, I'll show off something different, something cool in here to give you an idea. But we're going to go back to our Chromecast right now. And leave that right there. And bring this out of twin mode. So we can go back to, let me see, I have to go into twin mode. All right. Now we'll go back in. Yeah. Come back in here. All right, so now we're at 36. No, we're at 4,200 lumens. 4,200 lumens, which is our 43, which is, yeah, the FA30s. FA30s are 4,300 lumens. So that's what we're using now. So I'll give you, let's see if the projector's on. And we're actually standing farther back because I had to move it back for the other projector. Right there. Now, the reason why I do these particular demonstrations, some people are like, well, who's going to have a, one guy was like, who's going to have a venue projector in their house? Again, thinking on a small level here. I don't do business with just people who put these in these houses. I also do business with churches and companies and storefronts and stuff like that who have these big boy projectors sitting in their commercial property. And the reason why they buy these big projectors with the 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 lumens because they have to consider the fact that there is more ambient light and commercial lighting that they're using in their churches or they're using in their storefront compared to what you're using in your average home. So that's why we have these big projectors here, because I can't go to a person who's showing off. I'm doing demonstrations on projectors of 3,000 lumens only. And this guy says, well, our projectors in our store are like 7,000 to 8,000 lumens. Have you ever tested on one of those projectors before? Have you ever done 5,000 lumens? Will your screen hot spot? Because sometimes you hit a screen with a big enough, heavy enough projector, it will start hot spotting. Black screens absorb any form of light that's pushing off on the screen. So they're impossible for them to hotspot. But it's not that I'm just catering to people who have these in their home. I also, too, cater to companies who have these projectors in their home. And that's why when I have people come in and make those comments, are like, you really don't think outside the box. Like you got people out there who don't have 4K and don't have 1080p projectors. That's why we have 720p projectors. We have projectors starting at 800, 900. We have projectors starting at 1,000. We have people on portable projectors. We have people who have all different categories of projectors. You have to be able to test your stuff on. Can't just typecast it to one projector and go, voila. Yeah, it's just too easy. Let's go with a. That's just too easy. So what am I looking for here? Hot spotting. You know, hot spots the screen fast. I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm not going to say anything about that. Somebody using glossy paint. Never, ever supposed to use that stuff. Good God. All right, so you know what? I mean, I could run all these projectors. They're going to run perfectly off the screen. I mean, it's no problem. You want to see what the Christie projector looks like on this? Let's just load the Christie projector because there's no point. This 4,000 lumens, like I said, it's going to play beautiful on the screen. We already did this at 800, 900. We did all the tests we had to do. We did, the Sony projector came out, short though came out amazing on it. Did all that stuff already. So I should just knock all this out in one hit. Just do all of them in one hit. Just knock everything out and be done with it. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna knock it all out. All right, so we're done with this. There's just two. It's a 4300 lumen projector. I mean, it's gonna show. That's all to it. I mean, I don't get companies interested in that and they want to know, but I mean, if I'm doing a demonstration on a 1,000 lumen projector and I'm showing you demonstration on a projector of 800 lumens at 20 feet back, I think a 4300 lumen projector is going to pick up quite well. So that's not going to be a problem. And we're not getting any hot spotting, as you've seen from the snowstorms. Hot spotting, which means you would see a flashlight, a glare going off on the screen constantly in your face. Somebody would take a flashlight and stick it in your face. That's hot spotting. And there's nothing coming up. It's a black screen. How's a black screen on a hot spot? That's virtually impossible. It's designed to absorb light. So that's finished. Let's see what the Chrissy looks like on it. I'm curious to see what my Chrissy looks like on it. I might get me another 505 5000 lumen Chrissy projector. I might get me another one. I'm just for testing. The one I have upstairs, I'm not pulling that thing off the shelf. That thing is too big, too heavy. But I might get me another one just for fun, for kicking around, for having some fun with. All right, okay, so shut off. Oh, done with that. Okay, we're done with this one right here, so let's put this one over here. And just for those who might have missed it, before we started off, we didn't start off with 5,000 and 4,000 projectors. We actually started off with this projector right here, which is my Panasonic projector, and we did this one at 10 feet at 1500 lumens at 1080p. So you can rewind and check that one out if you wish. If you want, it's up to you. All right, so let's take this one out. So this projector right here, if I wanted to get a 100-inch from this projector, I would have to be back 18 feet to do it, because it's a extended throw. But like I said, 18 feet at 5200 lumens would be a cakewalk for the technology, because it already did it at 800 lumens at around 20 feet back with no problem. So no point in doing that either. And I'll put all the test demonstrations in the bottom of the links for everybody to see, that ones we already done already. Now we're going to use the Chrissy 1080p projector, the one I actually use behind me in my setup. These particular Chrissies are hard to get. I put a link up for everybody to get their hands on. The vendor out there selling these projectors for 230 bucks. I was like, you may want to get one of these, because when he sells out, everybody's going to jump theirs up. And sure enough, I had customers coming in and say, hey, I tried to get that same projector. Somebody wants $1,000 for it used. There we are. I'm sorry, this is the Chrissy LW420. The one I have upstairs is the LW505. This is a full 1080p Chrissy projector at around 4300 lumens, 1920 by 1200. And then shipped. Bring this one a little bit over. There we go. I'm going to have to expand my picture. Bring it down some. Now bring it down, 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 down. There we go. Bring it over. Expand my picture a little bit more. So I'm going to have to bring it back someday. All right. What a Chrissy looks like without our technology. Bam! That's what it looks like without our technology. Doesn't make a difference if it's a Chrissy. Without our technology, these projectors look like trash. This is what it looks like with our technology. Some people running out getting Chrissy's are like, yeah, but you're forgetting the key point. It's our technology that makes that projector look that way, not the projector. There. You see how beautiful Chrissy's look? This is why they cost so much money. These are venues. This is a venue projector at 1080p. No 4K, no lasers, none of that. They're only 1080p. Chrissy projectors at ultra short throw for just 1080p will cost you $3,500. So even though this projector right here cost me around 230 bucks, everybody on eBay now wants $500, $600, $1,000 for these projectors. That lens right there alone, I showed you the lens for Chrissy's, right? That lens for a Chrissy right there was about $3,000 or $4,000 for that lens right there. If I crack that lens, it'll cost me $3 or $4 grand to replace it. That's what Chrissy's look like on black technology. So I will show you the screen on the older projectors. We use 1500 lumen Panasonic projector 1080p. And then I'll show you on a top tier projector what this technology looks like. And we haven't even hit 4K yet. And we got our, whatever. Tired swapping things up. Somebody we're not talking about it. I love that Mountain Dew commercial. It kind of cringes me a little bit watching the freaking slot come up, the drawer come up from the horsey. So far, there is nothing. Only thing I would have to check out is the gain capability, which means, like I said, it has to be done outside. And then this, I mean, I know people consider this to be great and all, but no, it has to be done out. We have to do some tests outside because there are gonna be people gonna be taking these screens outside. Other than that, man, I'm loving it. It's showing nice bright colors as it should. This is how you want your screen to look like when you come in your house. When you come in your house and turn your lights on, this is what you want to see. You see all the corners in my environment. I like to show you that all my corners. You're supposed to see that. Must be nice and bright. And we are, let me see my measuring tape. Gotta bring it back a little bit. So showing you where my measuring tape stands from here. And over here, there is a 10 feet mark there and some change. And there's my projector. I had to pull it back a little bit more. So we're now 10 feet back from the screen. And the cost for that projector used $230. That's it. Like I said, some people have it for a little higher if you can find one, but like I said, if I throw the 720p Christie up here, you couldn't tell one from the 720p or versus the 1080p. I've done that one already with the 505 before I actually mounted it. I'll take half of that and I'll slap it right onto the wall to show you that no. Some people think because I'm displaying Christie's that the Christie is basically doing all the work. Christie's don't do the work. The technology does the work. That's what your Christie. If you bought that Christie projector right now, the one I have right now, and you hit that on any other screen besides our technology, this is what you get. I challenge you to pull the same image I'm pulling off right now in this demonstration. You can't do it. This technology is the only one that has that ability to do that, to make a Christie look this good. That's why I say you don't have to go out and spend all this money for these expensive projectors, because I can take a 720p projector and put it right down here and same reaction. As a matter of fact, we'll make it a little hard here. How about this? How about we put the image back there? Look how beautiful that looks. How beautiful the greens are. Greens are pop on black technology. It looks like freaking candy. You say, oh, no. It's because you got a Christie projector. I tell them, like, no. Christie projector has nothing to do with it. The technology does all the work, not the projector. So, because the white wall, sometimes I don't do the white wall, it's not enough. Let me show you on a professional screen right there. It's a very dark screen, as you can see. You have to be able to test your technology. Shy away from these demonstrations. What's the point? So what I'm going to do is, we're going to do something interesting here. Usually in my demonstrations, I do a little interesting stuff in between. We have a 1080p Christie here. I'm going to go upstairs and get my 720p Christie. We're going to run both of these back to back, and I'm going to show you that either be 720p or 1080p, they're still both are going to react the same, number one. And we're going to do this again. It's not a white wall or somebody's untested, uncertified mix. We're going to do this against a certified screen, which we're going to do it against the Paxel, which is that darkest screen I've seen besides Dark Star 9, against our technology, which you're already seeing this already, what the results are going to be. Let me go grab my other projector, which I shipped upstairs yesterday, but I didn't think I was going to use it. Okay, now these projectors, you can find these all over eBay. These are easier to get your hands on. Two models of this particular projector. One's the LW400, one's the LXW400. Difference between the two is they're both 4,000 lumens, but the LX is XGA and the LW is WXGA. All right, so first things first, let's run it back. I got all three of them here. I got all of them here. Run it back. I'm going to show you the screen against a $5,000 projection screen versus our technology using a Christie 1080p projector at 4,300 lumens projector, 4,300 lumens, WXGA at 1920 by 1200. And keep in mind, this is a certified screen. Name brand, well-known, certified screen versus our technology. So if someone's sitting there saying they're saving you hundreds, well, I save you thousands. Because even the 12s can beat this screen with no problem. And the 12s are at $160 a quart for a 100-inch or 120-inch, which I explained so many times before, where this screen, just for a 100-inch, would cost you $5,000. Now, the reason why I do all these demonstrations live like this to show you that you can go check the internet. No one does demonstrations at our level. Like I said, you won't see that because they cut corners and the screen would automatically fail some of the testing we do. Now, if we reviewed their product and I brought it over here, which I'm doing right now with these high-end screens, what do you think the reaction would be? Okay, well, the outcome would be, let's take this one off. Take off our Chrissy right here. And we'll bring up the 720p Chrissy. So this was just a 1080p Chrissy at 43. We're going to bring up the 720p at 4,000 lumens. Like I said, I watch demonstrations of people's demonstrations all day long. Usually with Elite Screens or any other company, it's just basically this whole showcase setup. You know what I mean? Get this nice looking living room set up and everything. And they'll have the screen over here, and I'll look for the corners. The corners are usually dark. They have a little light and have a painting right here in the corner with some light hitting it to give it to look like it has ambient light. They'll have like a window skylight here, but the skylight will be here, but it's not touching the screen. Nothing's touching the screen at all. It's just all surrounded to make the environment look illuminated. And then they'll use this high-powered monster of a freaking projector, which, like I said, people say, well, you're doing the same thing. But keep in mind, I don't typecast the same projector over and over again. I test my stuff on just about everything. So I can go in and show you videos, like I said, at 8 and 9 and 1,000 lumen projectors where you will never see them do that. That's why I told anybody, if you can show me one demonstration of any one of these big companies using a 720p projector manufactured in 1999, a really old relic, in any of their demonstrations, I'll give you free paint for a year. But you can't, because you won't. I've been to, I've had companies pay for my airline tickets to come down to their test facilities and sign NDAs to design technology for their projectors and whatever they had done there they wanted me to work on. And I'll tell you something right now. Walking through their warehouse, I didn't see one 720p projector in that whole entire setup. They had projectors in there that would easily cost you a good $5, $6, $7, $10, $20, $50,000 projectors in there. All top of the line. They missed the big picture of it all. For them, it's like, okay, the competition's going to see what I'm using, and I'm going to show them I'm using the best and most latest piece of equipment on my projector. And on my screen, I'm like, oh, no, you're going the wrong direction. You don't want to do that because, you know what I mean? They could do the same thing you could do. Where I can come in and look, and I asked them, what caught your eye about my demonstrations? Well, you're using projectors that pretty much, that are worthless, and you're making the screen look that good. There you go. See? Put me going on buying a P1 for what? All right, we're at 720p. So now we've replaced our projectors. We're now at the Chrissy LW400, which is a 720p projector at 4,000 lumens, WXGA. Why don't you see what you see to me? Go back here, man. I just want to get the sound activated on this one. Same reaction. This is 720p running now. I'm gonna splash some of this on the white wall. Projector doesn't do the work. Technology does it. That's why I can buy any crappy projector, as long as it's name brand, and produce an image on a screen, and it'll make the projector look fantastic because the screen does all the work, not the projector. Know why that screen's having a problem up there? Because when they test their technology, they test it on white screens. And I've seen the demonstrations on the screen. They tested on a white screen. I saw the demonstration. I saw how much ambient light they had in the environment. I'm pretty sure they had a very expensive projector when they did the demonstration. And the minute I saw it, I was like, oh, this is not going to go well if I get this sample sheet. And it was not going to go well. All right, so we swapped that out. We have used that was, and some people want to say, well, Ken, that's not fair because, and I cover all my bases, everything. Those are 4,000 lumen projectors. Well, keep in mind, if that screen at $5,000 can't pick up on 4,000 lumens, then there's a problem there. There's a serious problem there because you just paid $5,000 for a screen. So, no. Or the lights aren't off. So bottom line is you're saying that I have to have the lights out in order to use a $5,000 projection screen? Are you kidding me? That shouldn't be a problem. The reason why the screen for them looks really good, and I'll tell you why, because they're doing it against a white screen. I told you anything can be a white screen. If I go buy me a white screen right now and I do the demonstration on these sample sheets, I can make them look incredible on against a white screen. But you're talking about black technology here, so that's a whole different ball game. There's no way in the world they're going to stand a chance against one of these screens. Because number one, the screen can outproduce it in contrast levels. And as you can see, our screens produce beautiful colors. The colors pop higher because the screens are jet black. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to swap out. I love doing a projector. I got when I get set up at my other house, I'm going to have a thing rigged up for all my projectors. So I can swap them back and forth and do swap outs. Instead of carrying them all over the house. So that's the 720p Chrissy. Where are we at on this? Okay. I know I was supposed to be using, sometimes I do come off topic in my videos. I do a lot because, you know, my mind goes someplace else. But that shows the excitement and fun I'm having. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to do this strictly on these high-end projectors, but my mind goes off someplace else. Like, I got to show them this. I got to show them this. You know what I mean? So I enjoy what I do. It's not work for me. I'm having fun. I'm actually having a lot of fun here doing this. Because then I get to show you, you know, you get to see things in the demo. Usually when I do these demonstrations, there are crazy things I will do in between the demonstration. Like, look, we're going to do this out of nowhere. Catch you way off guard. Like, wait a minute. I thought that. No. Got to be careful because sometimes I'll do some crazy stuff. I'll pull screens outside in the middle of demonstrations. Like, boom, check this out. I go a little off topic all the time. Bring it down a little bit more. Now, what projector are we using in this demonstration? Well, I swapped out and got the Sony 1000 lumen projector, 720p, 600 by 800 res. Doesn't make a difference. See how the screen, you just watch me go from 1080p to 720p to a projector that's 1000 lumens, that's 600 by 800 res. SVGA. and we're at 10 feet back in a fully lit environment. See, I told you, it's not the projector, the screen has to do all the work. Because if the screen does all the work, that means that basically gets rid of calibration, and worry about being in the dark, if our contrast levels are not good enough, if the colors are going to pop, going to be brighter. That's how it's supposed to be. This shows my customer in this demonstration that I don't have to spend that kind of money for a projector. I can get me a projector for $75 and boom, I can get a beautiful image. Go. A bit what? In tone. Are you talking about this projector right here? Do you know what kind of projector that is? That's not a 1080p Christie. That's not a 720p Christie, my friend. This right here is a portable projector SVGA. This is 600 by 800 res, my friend. You know why the screen is only showing 4.3? This projector was manufactured, as I said it many times before, in 1999. That's when this projector was manufactured. It is literally so old that it has no form of HDMIs on the back of it. I'm actually using a VGA to HDMI converter so I can run the Chromecast to the back of it. So if I can make a projector of 1,000 lumens that's sitting back more than 10 feet in a fully lit environment, produce an image that incredible on a jet black screen, not only producing bright colors, white levels, and contrast levels on a projector that doesn't even have contrast to begin with, but it beat a $5,000 projection screen that's sitting right in the center of it. I think that's quite more than impressive. You missed the entire point. So I have people who want to criticize, but they want to give like their form of expert opinion. But man, I've been doing this for 10 years. You see what that is right there? Look what that screen is right there. I beat that with a $75 projector that I got off eBay. That most people wouldn't even think twice to go even near. And you're talking about the colors off. Okay. I would say the colors off on this screen right here. $5,000. Oh, and let me show you something real quick. Measuring tape here. 10 feet and some change. That projector is called a data projector. Like I said, they were never meant to be used for home theater projectors. They were designed for basically doing images on a 60-inch screen for office displays, as in spreadsheets and presentations. That's all they were designed for. So you consider how old this projector is. We're in 2020, and this projector was manufactured in 1999. So the fact that that image came up that beautiful, on top of that, in all this well-lit environment, with the distance throw that it's doing, because keep in mind, it doesn't have 1,000 lumens by the time it makes it to the screen. It's probably way less than that with all the ambient light we have in the environment. And then a black screen, not white screen, not gray screen, a black screen is picking up those colors, the white levels, and so forth. And not only that, giving the screen, the projector, the ability to outproduce an image that's better than a $5,000 projection screen sample. I think that's quite well. So let me swap this out. You must be new. You have to be new. If you've seen some of the demonstrations I've done already with these things, and we test these outside. So keep in mind, this ambient light on here, this is a new technology we're working on. This ambient light in here that we use in the environment, this is not the real test. Our ambient light rejection tests, as I've always said, are done outside. We test our screens outside when we do those, which I got to get ready pretty soon for that one too, because this one's going to be earning a label very soon. This might be launching very soon because, man, it's going through its tests like crazy. So we already did with these. We did a little interesting bonus, little swap out projector in there. Right here. So like I said, when you see people showing the same demonstrations with the same projector over and over and over again, my man, let me show you something. These are all tests from other big companies. See all those projectors on? These are just some of the projectors that I own for doing demonstrations off. You're supposed to test your screens on everything. These are the ultra short though. This is the next demonstration to come up. We did the Sony already. That's an ultra short though Epson. That's a short though. I haven't done a short though on here yet, but I've done all these. I'm not going to be to do the sample sheets, any of these sample sheets on short throw, because some of these aren't compatible with short throws and they will turn black. So that might not be fair. When we do the outside demonstration, I'm not going to be able to do any of those screens outside, because that would be unfair, because those screens are not designed for outside use. They're only designed for inside use. So I think Elite Screens has a screen called the Yard Master. But like I said, I don't know what chance it's going to have. It's a black screen. Black screen is going to produce better contrast. These screens fire up at 6 o'clock in the evening hours on 1,000 lumens. So, you know, if you haven't seen that demonstration, I'll be doing a splatter white screen outside on a projector. Yeah, it's a bit of an eye opener. All right, so let's go back to our Christie, because I wanted to show a little bit more on the Christie. A few people have been asking me about that. I do have a couple of customers who actually own the Christie projectors, and they're always curious about how it's going to react with our technology. So, this particular one, because this is actually one of the blackest screens we have. Now, keep in mind, these are 12s. The 12s are dark. They're black. As you can see, they're black. But this is actually an extreme black screen. It's one of the darkest screens that I have developed so far. My main concern with this screen was the fact that I'm not worried about contrast levels. I need the white levels, bright blues and greens and all that stuff to pick up on the screen. So I have some, not putting this fellow down, but like I said, some people, when they come into the channel, they've never been in here before, and they'll see a 4,000 lumen projector sitting in the demonstration, and the first thing come out of their mouth is, oh yeah, because you're doing 4,000 lumen projector. Not realizing that I've done previous demonstrations on 800, 900, and 1,000 lumen projectors, and we've done the 800 at 20 feet back. So, you know, they don't realize that we've already done that. We've already done those demonstrations already. But I say, before you come in and just, you know, let's go back and check some of the other videos and see what's going on with those. All right, let's fire this one up. And there's a snow demonstration on here too. I want a new one. Okay, pop my projector open here. Now this is on the 1080p Christie. Like I said, price tag for me when I bought it was $230. I bought mine used. I don't like to buy brand new projectors. If I can, I'm on eBay, and I buy a lot of used projectors. Let's go hunt down some brighter colors. All right, that's beautiful. Let's skip over to this one right here. Oh, I don't think this fellow saw the screen. Real quick. This is the color of the screen. The screen is black. I want to do a contrast demonstration. Like if I want to do, let's have some fun here. I like to let the commercials run, particular ones, so you can see how bright and how vivid they look. Had to do Tron. I mean, come on. This is super jet black screen. Had to do freaking Tron on here. So, I think I'm going to convert. Well, that's a black screen already. That's my 12 over there. I want to do my gaming screen, actually, to tell you the truth. I do want to do my gaming screen upstairs, but that screen's going to have to be sprayed in. I'll have to spray that screen. I'll put you up close enough so you can see the white levels. See, people think because when you look at a screen, a black screen, that when it comes to the white levels, it has nothing. It's all it has. Everything it has to do with is white. No, that's not. That's not it. White levels are important because white levels makes a difference whether or not if you get brighter and more vivid skin tones, you get more brighter colors. That's where the white levels push in at. It just apply just to snowstorms and stuff like that. It applies to natural color. And without those high white levels, you don't get colors that look like this. You want natural. See how the silver looks and how the white looks on the cutting board, the skin tone on her hands, the difference between her face and her shirt, the black levels on her hair. This is what white levels pulls out. If your screen doesn't produce a high enough white level, you do not get natural colors. You get dirty, muddy looking colors. So the screen has to be able to read multiple white levels. Or the image just comes out too dark where you can't see it. Just like when you're looking at a gray screen, one of the things you should be looking at when you see a gray screen or a gray screen paint mix, you should be looking for contrast levels. The screen already has the ability to pull bright colors, just like the screen can pull contrast with no problem. Why would I even bother showing you contrast if the screen's going to show you contrast? I should show you contrast demonstrations out of curiosity, but like I said, it's a black screen. It's going to pull contrast regardless. What you want to see is white, bright levels. Look at the reds, look at the blues, look at the greens. All that has to pop. That's what you're supposed to be looking for. This is what I'm looking for when I'm looking at the screen. Look at the reds, the blues, the whites, all these with the yellows, all of that's supposed to be vivid, supposed to be bright. Look at the blue off the ocean, the different colors and blues and different colors. You have to look at the different shades of color. How are they reacting? How is one different from another? That's what you have to look at. And some people see it as, well, you know, it looks like a TV, or I want something nice. And, you know, you want a bright image. And when you have your projector, if you're going to replace your TV, you don't want to actually treat your projection screen like you treat Like when you turn on, you see, okay, put it this way. When you have your TV, you don't treat your TV like someone would treat a projection screen. You don't turn all the lights on in your environment. You don't black out your curtains. You don't go through any of that nonsense because you're afraid the screen's going to wash out or fade. So with black technology, you have the ability to be able to have your screen in a fully lit environment washing out. Like I said, I can have all these screens on in my environment and lights will be on with no problem whatsoever. One of the things, like I said, when I made the 12 is beautiful. It's a beautiful form of technology, but I wanted it to be darker. And I said in videos before, I want to be darker, but if I made it darker, I didn't know how much the white levels would suffer. And apparently, it doesn't suffer much. Look how blue, look at the water. Look at that. It's now, this would be something to blow your neighbors out about. They'll come out in your backyard and see a jet black screen sitting out there like, what the freak is that? Oh, that's my projection screen. You put this video, boom. I do it all the time. I take my screens when I do the driveway projection screens. I'll string them up outside and I'll show a black screen. People will be just staring at it like, why is your screen black? Like, don't, because you're used to seeing white screens. And the first thing I'll show off is one of these demonstrations. Watch all those white images pull right off the screen. I'll put a little sign out there with my email address on it for information. That means nobody has to come up to me close or this, that, and the other. They can keep their distance from me. And all they do is just copy down the email address on my web address and go right to my website. Make sales right from there, just from my driveway. Just displaying a great big black screen showing images like this. And I'll have people drive by and look at the screen. They'll ask me a few questions. I gotta keep everybody at a distance, and I'll have my information up there on my like a stand up there with all my information on it, where they can call me and contact me, stuff like that if they're interested, and they'll snap a picture of it, and that's it. I can advertise right in my driveway. We did that one already. Let's go to this one right here. Look at the black hair, the skin tone. That's what I love about the fact that you can see the white difference between the white and the skin tone on his face. The difference between the two. It's a shame because a lot of these projectors, even the older ones, they are so advanced, but people can't see that. They can't see that because the screen is not allowing you to be able to see what the projector can do. Like I said, this is an outdated projector. This projector was outdated in 2012. Now, if a company had a bunch of these projectors, you know what they would do with them? They would sell all these projectors off at an auction, and somebody would buy them, like me, would go pick them up, and we'll throw them against, and like I said, they'll sell them on eBay. That's what they usually, that's how I bought these, but I got this one. Somebody usually bought them at an auction or a liquidation sale where a company had a bunch of these old projectors sitting around that they thought were complete trash, and they auctioned them off and somebody bought them. Now me, if I was at the right place at the right time, I bought a pallet of these bad boys. I could basically market these bad boys as a package deal. Make a killing. Because I know my technology could change the way that projector looks. And they'll go out and they'll buy an expensive projector to hit it on the same screen that will still give them a crappy picture. When they could have saved a ton of money and kept their old projectors and used our technology and basically got a fantastic picture without spending all this extra money for new projectors. I like this part coming up. See how bright that screen hit them white levels? I'm telling you, this black technology we're working with now, man, it's amazing. See how the screen got real bright? Boom, it's because it's reading white levels. See how black the brush is? Now, keep in mind, any black you see on here is 100% contrast. Whether it be the 12s pick up 100% contrast because they're jet black. Let's try this one. This is natural white 4K flowers. I think I'm going to come back in later on and do the demonstration for the short throws. Let's do this. Right now, I haven't been eating yet and I'm hungry. So, I don't even know what time it is. Pretty true. It's 10:31. All right. So I haven't had breakfast yet. I got to go eat. But so far, so good. It's working out well. We did it with pretty much. I just put all the links to all the different tests. So we got the test category. From 1, I think we should be up on 5 right now. We still have to do all those sample sheets over there of the high performance screens, and we still have to, I did the Sony short throw demonstration already, but I want to do another one with the short throw, the Epson 585W, and a short throw NEC. So I'm going to do 2 ultra short throws and 1 short throw for that one right there. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to have to do this one right quick. I'm going to do that J. And then we get a political commercial in there. So I'll lean this way over here. So this will be the next demonstration, would be these projectors right here. So this projector we're going to do a little different. I'm going to lay the screen flat and we're going to project over top of it with ambient light hitting right down on top of the screen from the ceiling. I want to see the reptiles on here. Bring me up a little closer. And since the screen's already proved that it can pull white light, then pretty much everything else is going to be a cakewalk for it to be able to do. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Let me get my last one, the models, which I like to do. It's one of my favorite ones to do. Often people say, get up close. Let me see. You see that right there? See how bright that skin is? Look at her eyes. Her eyes are a different shade of white compared to her skin tones. See, this is the stuff I look for. Because the eyes should be a different, eyes are like, if they're bright white, they should be a different tone than the skin. The nails should be a different tone than the skin. This is how you know the screen is reading multiple shades of white. This is why I find it hilarious. And keep in mind, all the demonstrations for the 12s, these screens, were done the same way. You can go back and you can check. We've done every last demonstration. All our screen paints have to go through the same kind of testing. So that's why I found it kind of funny when Jamie, now I say his name, came out and did that demonstration saying, hey, this is what the 12 looks like, when we did every test demonstration live. This is what I mean by people who do dumb things. But I think in his mind, he feels that he's the last word when it comes to home theater, when it comes to everybody, and that's kind of sad. There you go right there. You're only praised by your group, but outside your group, which is many, you're looked at as a clown. And I hate to say it, but it is true. All the demonstrations are done live. So unless I fake this or have magical powers to make a black screen produce an image like that, then that's the only thing you can go on. Other than that, it's a live demonstration. Just watch me snap my hands at the same time. So when I see somebody do a demonstration, they're saying, hey, this is what this technology looks like. You do know our demonstrations were live, right? You didn't want to check and make sure if you're running with a full tank of gas. And that just shows you the level that some people will go on just because they're upset and angry about it or jealous about it. But like I said, that's not my problem between whether big companies don't like me or people doing hobby paint, whatever you are, whatever you're doing. If you don't like what I'm doing, that's your personal problem, not mine. You need to work harder. This is what hard work and faith in God will get you. Like I said, if you see in my videos where I have dropped things and tripped over things in my videos, and if you go back and check, one of the videos, I dropped the camera twice. The camera hit the ground twice. I didn't edit that out. I don't edit my videos. I leave everything in there just as it is. Someone said, we should use special effects. I'm not going to use special effects for what? I like my videos. I've been doing these videos like this for 10 years. Over 10 years, I've been doing my videos like this. It is what it is. When they start bringing out live, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Now I really get to come on here and just do demonstrations and show you in real time. So we're all watching this in real time. You're watching that screen that's that black pull up images like that in real time. And that's why I find it hilarious when people deliberately try to do videos pre-recorded and say, hey, this is how dark the technology come out. Don't buy it. It's this, that, and the other. Okay. He's going to be jealous over this stuff. Good gracious, man. When that Project Sun Killer, when we finally launched that monster, I think next year, and that's going to be pressed to our own fixed frame screens. That thing took a direct hit from sunlight. Those things inside the house are berserk. And you don't even have to have high powered projectors to run them, because they're used to take it. They can take a hit. Keep in mind, any screen that can take a direct hit from sunlight, you got to think of the possibilities of what you can do inside. And that's never been done before. But like I said, we still have more testing to do on that. A lot of work. Yep, there we go. Sooner or later, we get a crow boy that'll pop in and say it's a joke. So let me get this straight before we leave off of here. It's a joke that I'm showing you a black screen that's producing a white level that high. No, it's jealousy, my friend. You know, it's just jealousy. That's it. Because I just beat a $5,000 projection screen, so it's considered my technology is a joke. But look at it. That was fantastic. No one else is doing demonstrations on these levels. With this kind of light. And we didn't use just strictly, see, the thing about it is when I watch those demonstrations with that particular individual, like I said, it's always in the dark. And I've got that from customers. It's always in the dark. We do ours in well-lit environments. And then again, like I said, I swap out my projectors. So I don't do it on the same projector because I know that projector is going to make the screen look good. I'll go out and I'll get myself low-end, cheap projectors, knowing that there is a possibility on camera, live, that that projector may not show an image proper and the screen could fail. Keep in mind, we did the test demonstrations live. That means anytime in a test demonstration, the screen could fail. Something could go wrong. So you have to have a lot of faith in your technology to do it live for everyone to see those tests right there. So, like I said, for this individual to say that this particular individual wasn't doing so, you go and check his channel out. And I advise you go check his channel out. And all he does is talk about my product, my product, my product. We don't do reviews on his stuff. If I did reviews on his stuff, the outcome would not be good, because if you see the tests that we do here on our stuff alone, and I already test out high-end projection screens that are certified, his screen will last a minute over here. Because if I look at his demonstrations, and like I said, I look at these companies, they're testing on white screens, they're using high-end projectors. I can find their flaws easily. On a cheap, untested screen paint that hasn't gone through all the testing, that pretty much does all its demonstrations in the dark, and mainly relies on the P1 ultra short throw projector as the main demonstrations to show off, yeah, this screen's flawed. That's why when we did the demonstration against the UV mix, the 12 not only blended and matched the UV mix being a black screen, but it produced contrast levels on levels that the UV mix couldn't even begin to start with. Now, if I take a 12 outside and I take a UV mix and I paint one side the other, and we go outside and do a star screen, all contrast demonstrations, or whatever, what do you think will happen? But yet we got a gray screen downstairs. The black silver is a gray screen, but it produces a contrast level. It produced a star field outside at 13 feet back on 1,000 lumens. Has he ever done that demonstration? No. Any of the other companies do these demonstrations? No, they don't do it. They all take shortcuts. All of them take shortcuts. And when you take shortcuts, that means I'll find the flaws in your product. I'll design my technology and I'll make it better. There's no point in basically designing technology around UV. It's house paint. That's what it is. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. No one cares about that stuff. These are the companies that I'm more interested in doing and going against. Not some house paint. All right, with that being said, ultra short though demonstrations will be done next. Let me see. Let's see if we have anything else we have to do behind that. Oh, durability, which means I have to coat this on some fabric and I have to scrub down the screen. You know, it's funny. The fellow who came in, the fellow was in here the entire time. We get crow boys in here. Crow boys come in here and watch our demonstration. You find that interesting? That these are people that are supposed to be, I guess, Crow's little followers or something. They come in here and watch my demonstrations, which I find kind of interesting. And like I said before, not all Crow boys are bad. I've had a couple Crow boys and they're actually quite nice, quite polite, really nice people. So not all of them are bad. As you have certain ones that actually just don't know how to act right, and those are the ones that get banned from the room. But I have a few of them in here that are actually pretty cool. But we'll get them in here and they'll come in here and watch my demonstration. So if my stuff was this, that, and the other, why are you in here to begin with? Because you're interested in my technology and you find it fascinating. That's what it is. Because you see me do demonstrations that other people don't do. All right, with that being said, I'll be back in here probably in about 2 hours because we still got the short those to knock out next. We got to do those. But Crow Boys, take a lesson here. I want you to watch how when other people make screen paint mixes, the length of testing that they do on their technology, well, I can't call it technology, but the length of testing that they do on their paints, consider next to what we go through over here on what I do when it comes to testing for my product. Because I just went from a swap out from a 1080p Chrissy to a 720p Chrissy to a projector of 1000 lumens 600 by 800 res 720p at 10 feet back and blew out a $5,000 projection screen. All right, gotta go. God bless.